Hello guys, how are you guys doing?
Good, thank you.
Fine.
Good, good. Now let my presentation begin. Sorry. Failures and mistakes are good for you. And here's why. Throughout the history of mankind, there are many successful and amazing people who have tried and failed many times before they truly attain success. However, there are many people who are fallen victims to the fears of failures, and that actually really saddens me. You all guys agreed?
Yeah.
Yes.
So today, I'll shed some light to why failures are actually is good for you and be able to improve yourself as a human being. But firstly, who wants to hear my story? Raise up your hands.
Yes.
Alright then. While I have failed many times before in the past, like 100 times before, there is actually one massive failure that actually kept me down the longest and somehow be able to overcome it and become stronger. Actually, but anyway. Exactly a year ago, when I was taking my previous program called Child and Youth Care program, I actually was kicked out of the program. Actually, I was expelled because in their eyes I wasn't good enough to them. Wasn't exactly worthy to continue the program, despite earning A's in the academic courses and was on the dean's list twice in my first year. But to them, it wasn't exactly good enough. When I heard the news, that actually devastated me so badly, as if the world has ended. And this really got me very emotional. Over the next 6 months, I was actually very depressed and felt very hopeless for the future. But eventually, during this early spring and summertime, I actually come across so many videos and books, reading so many successful people's stories of how they fail and how they succeed so much. And in the end, it's actually finally regained my strength back and decided to try for a new program, which is this one. Now, secondly, I'll give you 2 reasons why failures and mistakes are actually good for you, without boring you to sleep, of course. Well, point number 1. Failures and mistakes are actually great teachers of life. It teaches us about what went wrong and what mistakes we can learn from it, and to help us grow and mature as human beings. For example, the great inventor Thomas Edison has tried and failed 10,000 times before perfecting the perfect light bulb, the greatest inventions of all time. In his own personal words, I have not failed 10,000 times. I just tried 10,000 times that doesn't work. So point number 2. Failures and mistakes help build resiliency and character to endure, such as humility, to endure the pains of failures. Without failing early, one big failure can actually break you and may not be able to recover from it. So it's alright to actually fail as much as early as possible. As long as you can recover it, you'll grow stronger from that. Now, for my last points. Lastly, I'll talk about why failure is a big necessity in life and why you should embrace it as part of your identity. Failures and mistakes is only a delay, setback and a delay to your true success. There's no real failure per se, actually. The only way to truly fail is to actually give up your goals and dreams forever. Or die, whichever comes first. Now, point number 2, in order to make no mistakes and to avoid failures at all costs, all you have to do is to do nothing. Yes, nothing at all. And I highly doubt humans are that capable of being lazy to achieve that. But in this case, specifically quoted by J.K. Rowling, you fail by default. And last point, success and failure is like a science experiment. Sometimes it works and becomes revolutionary, and sometimes it blows right into your face in humiliation. So a famous example, of course, is Thomas Edison, who experimented and tried and failed his light bulb at least 10,000 times, but in the end he finally perfected it. The main point is that in life you gotta have to try and fail. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't work, and you have to keep trying no matter what the outcome is. But don't worry, I highly doubt you all guys will fail 10,000 times before succeeding. Now, in conclusion, allowing yourself to fail and making mistakes may lead you to the greatest moment of success in your entire life. And I highly encourage you to not only accept it, but to embrace it. Faith with open arms. I understand that failure is painful and can be downright discouraging. Oh, believe me, I've been through it before. Now, but will you actually try to keep us play it safe and and have tons of certainty, but then in the end might not lead to a very okay result, okay life? Or will you actually rather take action and take a bit of risk in order to achieve a better future for yourself, to attain happiness and greatness? This concludes my presentation.
Thank you.